for you to become unforgettable, it really requires you building a process, a signature framework. And so I've helped so many of my clients to do this, and I've helped them to do it with my treasure trial framework. And I'm going to be breaking down exactly how you can build your signature framework in this live. All right. And so many of my clients have created their frameworks, and it's so powerful because with the treasure trial, this is such a powerful 5-step process that really helps you to see the treasure in your trial. And so many of my clients have gone through this, and one in particular, she went through a very abusive marriage, very abusive relationship for many years, and she was afraid to leave because she had children with her husband. And finally she built the courage to leave and to start a whole new life for herself and her children. And she's created a framework to help guide other women who have gone through the same who are going through the same thing that she's gone through, and she's been able to triumph over. And so there are certain things in your life that you go through, and there's painful experiences that God wants to birth purpose through. And you can do that in your coaching program by finding the treasure in the trial. There are so many things that you've gone through that you can actually monetize, right? And also help bring transformation to others. And so that's the beautiful thing about coaching. And another client, she went through a season in her life where she was lost. She had no idea what her purpose was. She had no idea her identity. And so we've created a framework. It's called the I am framework. So the first one, her framework is called the ascension framework. It's three steps. And then this client, she created the I am framework. And I am meaning identity, right? It's to embody who you are in Christ. And so she has a whole process and a 3-step process to really help her clients to discover their identity through her I am framework. Another client, she created a framework. I can go on and on because dozens of women have gone through this. I've helped so many women to create their frameworks and their coaching programs and their offers. And another one of my clients, she helps with dissertation writing, right? She went through her master's degree. She's a doctor, and she knows how much she struggled in her grad school creating her dissertation paper. And so she now helps students to become scholars by helping them and assisting them with their dissertation writing process. And so that framework is called the scholar framework. And so you want to create a 3 to 5-step process that you can help your clients and guide your clients through. And so we're going to be breaking down exactly what that looks like with the treasure trial framework. But before, I wanted to touch on my actual framework. So as a registered nurse and business coach, the Lord has really given me a CPR framework. And so the very first step of my framework is to realign with your creator for clarity on your calling. That's the C. And this is where we craft your signature framework. And so this is the very first thing that I do with my clients. Inside the first module that we work on is really getting your offer solid. All right. And then the second thing is we refine your method to align with your purpose. So the P is for purpose, because I am very big on creating a business that is in alignment with your God-given purpose, not just starting any old business for the money, right? That's not something that I align with. I really align with helping women to discover their purpose and create a business that is in alignment with their God-given purpose, and be able to share their story magnetically, share their story so that people magnetize and can relate to their story. And we do that through developing stories through my story selling formula. All right. So you never have to question your messaging. You never have to think about, oh, I don't know what to say, because you're literally just regurgitating your story and helping clients to see themselves in your story. And then the third phase of my CPR formula framework is to revive your business with purpose driven revenue. Okay. So the CPR, the R is revenue. And we do this by creating a simplified sales funnel. All right. And so that's a 3-step process to help you with creating a compelling offer, right? A compelling offer, converting marketing, and consistent sales. Because in any business that you have, you need a compelling offer, you need converting marketing, and you need to bring in consistent sales no matter what the business is. And so with my framework, I help you with all three of those steps. And so with the treasure trial, we're going to break down exactly how you can create your framework. And so the first T in the treasure trial is for you to just assess, think of a time where you were going through a trial in your life, right? Think of a season in your life where you were in a trial. What did that look like for you? What were you thinking? What were you feeling? What were you doing? Think of that time, right? And then you think of a time where you triumphed over that trial, over that same trial. How did you triumph over it? Where are you today? How are you thinking today? How did you shift your mindset? How did you shift the things that you were doing or not doing? How did you shift the way you were feeling? What were some of the actions? Did you read books? Did you, join a course? Did you go through a seminar? Like, what were the things that you did? All of what you did to triumph. You want to just list them all out. And then once you do that, the third step is to create a trail. So now you're creating a trail. So this is exactly the process that I help my clients to do, where we just brain dump everything that you did in your to triumph over that trial, and we create a trail. So we dump everything that you did, and then we just organize it, we sort it, and then we reverse engineer to say, okay, what's the very first thing that my client would need to do? Okay, what's the second thing? What's the third thing? And we systemize the process so that now you're no longer guessing about how you help your clients. Like, you actually have structure, right? And when you have this structure, you're able to show up and share and market your offer because you're sharing your testimony. You're saying, listen, I know what it's like to be in that painful situation. I know what it's like to be in that trial. And I've been able to triumph over it. This is what my life looks like now. And this is the trail. This is the 3 to 5 step process that I took to help me to bring me into my triumph, to bring me to where I am today. And so whatever that may be like for you, like if it was maybe you were in debt and you were able to create a budget system to help you get out of debt. You did this first, you did that first, you did this first, this next, right? Or maybe divorce. Maybe you were able to um, maybe co-parent after divorce, or maybe something for you would be like maybe you experienced burnout and now you help others to overcome burnout because you have a 3 to 5 step process. So now it's just you showing up and sharing your testimony. Maybe you've learned to build a business and now you want to help others build a business. Maybe you've been able to write books and now you want to help guide other people to write their books. And so maybe you were on the brink of divorce and then you were able to heal your marriage. So you can share maybe like the 3 to 5 steps that you did uh, to help save your marriage. And so you can coach in anything. And this is why I call my coaching program Called to Coach, because you don't need a certification. God certified you. God certified you as a coach by your lived experiences, by your own personal story, by your own journey. And now it's your responsibility, your moral obligation to reach back and to help other people that are currently experiencing this trial. They're living in hell, and your responsibility now is to help them, metaphorically, get them out of hell and bring them into the heaven that they truly desire to be. Get them out of that painful situation that they're in and help them, guide them, show them the steps to get them into the pleasure that they're desiring. And so this is just you showing up to share your testimony. And once you are able to just speak from your lived experience, you're able to speak now with conviction. You're able to speak with clarity now that you have a trial. You're no longer guessing a trail, I should say. You're no longer guessing about what you're going to show up and talk about, because you're just talking about what you've actually experienced, what you've lived through. And so you speak with conviction. You speak with confidence. You speak with certainty, and people feel that. They feel your energy, and that is what's going to lead to the treasure. All right. You jump into the treasure because now people are actually, their ears are perked up. They're listening to you because you are speaking with the way I teach my clients with my CPR formula for story selling, for the story selling formula. It really helps to understand this, because I'll just share this quickly. The C is for context, right? When you're the story selling. You want to jump into context, and then you do a paradigm shift, and then you do a revelation. So the context is literally you showing up and telling them, okay, this is where you are right now. You're speaking to their frustrations. You're speaking to the things that they're thinking. You're speaking to the things that they're feeling. You're speaking to the things that the actions they're taking or not taking. And then you're showing them, okay, you're thinking this, you're doing this, but what you really need to be doing is this. So this is the paradigm shift, right? So that's the P. And it's really belief shifting. And so the way in which I teach my clients to create converting marketing, even though that's not the topic that we're on right now, but I can do a whole nother daily dose about that. But the way in which you create converting marketing is really through that paradigm shift. It's like showing them like, this is what you're doing. This is what you're thinking, this is what you're feeling right now, but this is what you need to be thinking. This is what you need to be doing. This is what you need to be feeling, like a complete paradigm shift. And then the revelation is, once you do this, once you think this, once you believe this, once you feel this, then that's when you're going to experience this, right? So the heaven. So currently you're in hell, but once you do this, the paradigm shift, it'll lead you into heaven. And so essentially, you're showing them through your content how your process, you can literally share like, in my I am framework, this is exactly the process that I've gone through and that I help others to go through. And this is what's going to take you from the hell that you're experiencing to the heaven that you want to be into, right? And so when you show up in you're sharing your testimony, you're marketing with conversion driven marketing, you're marketing with your story selling formula, then you're able to see the treasures come in.